Hey guys, this is part 2 of sending push notifications using Firebase automatically using a program. So what we'll be doing in this video, in the last video we saw how to make a Ionic 2 application that will run on your mobile, which will push a message to our messages collection in the Firebase database, right? So in this video what we'll see is we'll see how to write a separate standalone function, a trigger function that will be running on the Firebase cloud. Whenever we push a message to the messages collection in the database, it will automatically read that and then take that message and send it to all the tokens stored on device tokens stored on the push tokens collection. So that's what we are going to see in this video. This is made possible using Firebase cloud functions, which is in beta, but it's pretty much useful, guys. It's exclusively used for writing such real-time database triggers and also for running intensive complex functions on the cloud rather than on your mobile device. Let's see how to do this. And if you haven't worked with this before, don't worry, it's pretty much simple. You'll understand this completely by the end of this video. So what I have done is I have created there is nothing in this directory. Okay, it's a blank directory. So what I'll do is first I need to install Firebase tools. Okay, this is the Firebase CLI for making use of Firebase cloud functions. So I have already installed this on my system. If you haven't installed that, kindly use this command to install it. Then what you need to do is you need to give Firebase login. Okay, this will ensure that you're logged in from the CLI using your login credentials. I've already logged in this system as well, so I don't think it's all saying already logged in, right? So what I'll do is, this is a blank function, guys, a blank directory, guys. I haven't done so far. So Firebase, what I'm writing is Firebase init functions. Okay, it's telling me to select my application, right? So I'll select my application. It's asking me whether I need to install my dependencies, right? I'll give yes again. It will just install the node modules, guys, that's all. Let this get installed. Okay, this is installed now. Then we'll simply open this up in our VS Code editor. Okay, it opened up, and inside functions, if you see, there is node modules, index.js and package.json, right? Index.js is going to contain our code. We will remove all this comment line functions, and what we'll do now is, if you look at the structure of that one line of code, you can see that it's somewhat similar to the Node.js code, right? So this is because it uses the npm package manager as well. That was the Node's package manager, right? It uses the same as well, and so the code will be exactly similar to Node.js code. So if you had worked with Node.js before, you will find this pretty much simple. So what I'll do is, next I'll get the admin, Firebase admin library, a reference to the Firebase admin library as well. So admin equal to require Firebase admin. Okay. Then what I'll do is exports dot push dot config dot Firebase. Okay. Admin dot initialize app functions dot config dot Firebase. Then what I'll do is exports dot push trigger equal to I'll create a reference for the Firebase database, functions dot database dot ref what was that, messages, right? Yeah, messages message id dot on right functions dot, okay, I'll make this a bit bigger, guys, so that you guys can on right. I'll get the event, and then first I'll get the data route data equal to event dot data dot well. Okay, Now what I have done so far is, whenever some data gets written on to the messages collection. That event will be captured, and then data.val will return that particular data that was written on that specific node at that point of time. So what I'm essentially doing is I am trying to get the message that was most recently pushed into the messages collection, thereby triggering this push trigger. So once I got that data, what I'll do is I'll write another admin.database.reference push tokens order by child uid on once value, and then I'll get all the tokens. I'll get all the tokens, and then I'll get all the tokens, and this will be the raw tokens, right? Where raw tokens equal to all tokens dot val. Raw tokens in the sense I am referring to this ID, guys. Inside this only we have the dev token and UID as per the code which we wrote in our previous video. If you hadn't seen our previous video, this you wouldn't understand this, guys. So kindly watch that. Link will be in the description. Kindly watch that and come back here. So this is what I'll be getting. All the data that's stored here, this node is what I'll be getting in the raw tokens. So what I need to do is I need to extract the device token from this node, right? So I'll write code for that. How to do that is this dot process token, and I'll send the raw tokens there, and I'll write another function for, where is this push trigger ends, where push trigger ends here. Okay, function process tokens raw tokens, right? Raw tokens. This will be for token in raw tokens. We'll have a where process tokens equals array. This will be an array for token and raw tokens. We'll have a promise equal to new promise resolve reject. And inside this process to tokens dot push raw tokens of token. Okay, and in the end resolve token, resolve process tokens. Okay, very simple piece of code, guys. What I have done here is I have got this as raw token, this node value as raw token from the all tokens.val, and then I'm passing that to extract these two fields from this, and then the extracted fields are sent back in an array to this calling statement. So I'll return promise. Okay, and here I can simply make use of then tokens process tokens and what I'll do is where tokens, this will have the actual push tokens. Where tokens for process the tokens in for token in This is a where, right? I didn't notice that, guys. Token in process, the tokens. Tokens dot push process the tokens dot token dot div token. Process the tokens of token dot div token. Okay, so far so good. If you haven't understood so far, I'll explain it in a simple way. What I've done here is, first, whenever the message gets added to the messages collection, this function will trigger, and then what it will do is it will take a snapshot of that particular message that was inserted into the messages collection. Then what it will do is it will access the push tokens collection, get all the data from that. So all the data, in the sense, it will be like this, right? If again another token gets added, again another node will be created, right? So what I am doing is I am getting these two children from this node using a small function, using a small for loop, and then once that is done, I am extracting the device token, div token child alone from that collection of children. So if I get that div token alone, which means that I have all the div tokens with me in this tokens array, right? So what I should do is I should pass that message which I got from the messages, and I should pass that to all these tokens, right? That's all I have to do. So the next thing I'll do is exactly that. Where I have done, okay, return admin dot, no, we need to get a payload, right? Where payload equals, how does a payload look? Let's open the notification and data. Okay, instead of this param1, we'll have sender name. Here we'll have message, sender name and message, because that's exactly what we gave in our previous code, right? Now instead of this value 1, we can simply give here as route data dot sender name, and here we can simply give it as route data dot message. Okay, very simple code that we have copied from the docs, and then we are going to make use of in our application. The next thing would be just to send the thing and be done with it. Return admin dot messaging dot send to device, and we give tokens and payload needs to be sent dot then response console.log push the notifications, and we'll have a error callback as well, dot catch error alert, not alert, console.log error. Okay, now what we have done is we are simply taking the notifications, and then we have created a payload based on the specifications given in the document. The payload will have the sender name and the message as well, and then we are sending it to our mobile application that's going to be running on our mobile device. So first let me deploy this to Firebase. How to do that is just give Firebase deploy only functions. Okay guys, this has been pushed successfully. And one small correction guys, earlier it was like this, right? This is wrong, it showed up an error, so I just removed this. If you are following this video, kindly make this change before deploying it onto your Firebase account. Okay, so now that it's deployed, let's go ahead and run our mobile application that we created in the previous video. Give me a minute guys, I'll connect my mobile device. Okay, before we run this application, there is one more thing that I need to say. You need to have Google services.json file in your Cordova application project directory. So how to get that Google for this Cordova plugin FCM to work properly, you need that file. So how to get that? You just need to go to your Firebase account and then click on add another app. Click on Android. Here it's asking for the Android package name, right? Your package name will be available in, this is the code which we wrote. The package name will be available in config.xml. Here it's there, right? This is the package name. So you take this, not the Ionic framework one, from com.ionic framework to this 8. You take this and paste it here and then give register app. I have already registered the app here, so I'm not going to do it again. But if you click register app, it will take you to the next step, this download config file step. So in that config file step, you will have a big blue color button saying Google services.json. You download that file and then copy that and paste it inside your project directory like this. Okay, here it's available, right? Google services.json. This you need to do, and after that you can just give Ionic platform add Android and give Ionic run Android or iOS if you are working with iOS. Another thing that I wanted to mention, this step you need to do if you face an error. What you need to do is, suppose you face an error after placing the Google services.json and when you try to run the application, what you need to do is get into platforms, Android, and here Google Cordova plugin FCM is there, right? Directory. Inside that there will be a Gradle file. Here give the Gradle version. Usually it will be as plus, and that's where the error occurs. Give the Gradle version. Where to get the Gradle version? You go to your build.gradle file. Here the Gradle version will be available. For me it's 2.2.1. So I changed there as 2.2.1. So the error will get resolved. This is not a needed step. If you get an error, do this and it will go away. So now that I assume that you have the Google services.json file in your Cordova project directory, I'll run Ionic, Ionic run Android. Okay. As you can see, our app is now running on our device. Let's just click on login and see what happens. Okay, it logged in successfully. Token stored, okay. Message pushed, okay. Now hopefully we should receive the push notification. If we didn't receive, what happened? I'll stop this. Just a minute guys, I'll stop this. Let's see what's the error. To see the error, what you need to do is go here. This is your application, right? Go to functions and then click on logs. This dot process token is not a function. Okay, let's see. This is not this dot process, it's just process token, right? I make these silly mistakes, guys. Let's see if there are any more mistakes so that we don't okay, inside this we have tokens, then these tokens can't be used. It won't have any value here, right? So let's move this outside. Another mistake avoided. And this title will give some fancy title. Not fancy, useful, like from plus route data dot sender name and message plus route data dot message. Okay. Here, okay, that is done. Tokens I am receiving, process tokens. Then I am moving inside the process tokens and getting the dev process tokens itself is contains two children, right? One is the dev token and another one is the UID. So I can directly use, instead of in, if I use off, then I can simply give it like token.dev token, right? Then what else we can change here? Return, okay, this is done. Return admin messaging this. There is still a chance that the tokens might be empty. We'll give this whole thing inside. We'll remove this bracket. Only when the tokens are pushed this should happen. We'll give that here. Okay. Yeah guys, we have done some basic level optimization and we have also fixed some errors. Let's deploy this once again and try. Firebase deploy only functions. Okay, I'm tapping on login. Hopefully this should work now. Trigger is running on token stored, okay, message stored, okay. Okay, still it's not. Wow. See, we get the push note. There was a slight delay, guys, that's all. We get the push notification, right? I thought it was an error and I was starting to look at my code again. We get the push notification, right? So basically why we are getting it like this is, let me open the code and show you. Mouse is not working yet. See, if our application is running, that is, if we receive the notification in the foreground, we just give it as JSON.stringify of data and we just show it in an alert, right? That's the reason why we get an alert like this. I'll click on OK here. Again another will be there because as per our database, now with this thing we have 3 tokens, right? So it will appear thrice, guys. Anyway, I'll just tap on OK for all of that. Now what we'll do is we'll close the application and see whether we are able to receive it in the background as well. So just to show you how it will look on a notification tray, I'll just wait, yeah, better idea. Instead of giving it like this, I'll give it inside a set timeout function.
We'll do a delay of 4 seconds. Okay,
now we'll deploy this. Okay, it's deployed now. We'll see how it appears on the notifications tray. I'll click on login. Token stored, message is stored. It would take 4 seconds approximately before sending the push notifications. I am just closing my application before that. Let's wait and see what happens. Hopefully you should get a sound as well because I have given sound default, right? Okay, it has crossed 4 seconds. I don't know why it didn't appear. Let's just wait for a couple more seconds. Wow, you see that, right? On the notifications tray on the top of, where is the mouse? On the top of that we receive 4. If we give, there is an icon option also, guys. Below the sound, if you give the icon option, you will get the icon as well. Now let's see our notifications. I'm just dropping the tray and I could see that all my notifications have arrived, right? So what this means is, what we should, this notifications doesn't matter. What this means is that we haven't done anything to send this notification. It's being sent programmatically by a function that is running on the Firebase cloud. How does it work? Once we push a message into the messages collection, it's automatically watching that messages collection, and on write event it is just taking that message and then getting the push tokens from our push tokens collection, and then to each token, wait, I'll show the code as well, and then to each token it is sending the push message along with the payload which we have configured in our program. So this program is then deployed onto our Firebase cloud and it keeps running there. once we push a message to the messages collection, it automatically triggers this one. Since we have given the on write event, once a new message is written on to the messages collection, it automatically gets triggered, and then this whole thing happens. The one which I elaborated now happens, and we receive these notifications. This is how you send push notifications programmatically or automatically without manual intervention in your Ionic 2 applications, guys, to your Ionic 2 application rather. So this is purely with Firebase and Firebase Cloud Messaging plugin and Firebase Cloud Functions. Firebase Cloud Functions is the essential thing here. This has nothing to do with Ionic.io. So this is entirely an Ionic 2 application receiving notifications from Firebase. So this is what a lot of guys were asking me, and here is it, guys. I'll edit this to make it as short as possible, but still, yes, it will be a bit longer, but it's worth it, guys. I hope you understand. If you couldn't get that plugin to work, or if you get any sort of errors, or if you couldn't get this, if you're stuck in between, watch this video 2 or 3 times, and still if you're stuck, kindly drop a comment and I'll try to help you out as much as I can. And if you like this channel, if you like this video, hit the like button. If you like this channel, what I'm doing on this channel, kindly subscribe to my channel, kindly become a patron for me, and then on Patreon, and we could hang out there or something maybe. So yeah, guys, share this with your friends who are struggling. I have seen in a lot of message boards about people asking for help on this push notifications. Kindly share it with them, share it with people who need this, obviously. I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.